A lot of people think seafood and they don't necessarily automatically think brunch. You think more a dinner option or lunch maybe, but brunch has often been restricted to things like smoked salmon. But with a little thought and a little effort, you can take a great source of sustainable seafood, i.e. mussels, and you can convert that into a fantastic brunch dish. So that's what we're going to do today. The dish we're going to make today is a play off of a traditional breakfast hash. The first thing we're going to do to get started is start with our balsamic reduction, because this is going to take the longest. What we're going to do is take a cup of balsamic vinegar and add that to a small saucepan over medium-high heat. We're going to let it reduce down by about 2/3, and then we're going to add about a tablespoon of sugar, and then we're going to let it simmer and reduce a little bit more, and that'll give us a nice syrupy consistency for what's going to be our sauce. While our vinegar is reducing down, the next thing we're going to do is take our mussels and add them to a really hot pan. Once we have them in there, we're going to add about a half cup of sherry to help steam them down. And they're going to release all their liquid down into that broth, which we're going to use later to help flavor the hash. Our vinegar is now reduced, and we're going to add our sugar to help sweeten it up and cut some of the power from that vinegar. At this point, we can remove it and let it chill. Okay, at this point, our mussels have all opened up. Everything looks great. So we're going to remove them from the heat and add them to a bowl and set them off to the side and let them cool down. To the same pan, we're going to add a little bit of olive oil, let that get hot, and once that's hot, we're going to add about 2 strips of bacon that I've cut into smaller little strips. Once that bacon's all nice and rendered down, what we're going to do is remove it from the fat and place it on a plate with a paper towel to let all that excess fat drain off of it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit more oil to the pan so that I can start frying our potatoes. I've already gone ahead and cut them down to about 1/4-inch size pieces. Now that our mussels are cooled off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by opening up one mussel, taking half of the shell and using it to scrape out the mussel from the other shell. This is a nice trick to help make this process go a little bit faster. Now that our potatoes have started to take on color and get nice and crispy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove those and put them on the same plate as our bacon to help drain off, again, some of that excess fat that we've got going on. And now that we've got that all removed, we're going to go ahead and take one finely shredded shallot and add that to that frying. So what we're going to do is take a little cooking wine, and I'm going to go ahead and deglaze this pan. Now that our deglazing liquid and our shallots have cooked down a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and add in our Brussels sprouts. Now that those Brussels sprouts are frying up nicely, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add in our leftover mussel broth. Okay, now that that liquid's reduced down a little bit, we're going to add back in our potatoes and our bacon, and then we're going to go ahead and toss our mussels in, and then we're going to toss in just about a tablespoon of butter to help thicken up and give a little bit of body to that sauce. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this beautifully fried egg, I'm going to place that right on top. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that balsamic reduction that we did, and I'm just going to drizzle a little bit around the plate. I went ahead and got these really nice microgreens from the store. These will help add a little bit of an extra fresh flavor to the dish. So what we're shooting for is that this egg yolk is going to give this really nice richness to the overall dish. The next time you're at your local grocery store or restaurant and you want to make sure that you're getting sustainably sourced seafood, you can either, one, look for the Marine Stewardship Council logo, or you can use a Seafood Watch app to tell you whether the fish that you're about to order has been sustainably sourced. And don't forget, if you want to keep up to date on sustainable seafood information, tips, and recipes, you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/FishSmartMNZoo, or on Twitter at FishSmartMN, or you can click the subscribe button below. Until next time, cheers.